Hey guys, Will Robinson here from Robinson's Auto. Welcome back on toolsandtime.com. Go there, feel free to roam around, leave suggestions, view the content. You know, there's a lot of videos there. A lot of them you may have seen already, but I put them in some nice user-friendly categories, so it's easy for you guys to find. Or you can view them all, or just view the new. You know, I tried to break it up in a lot of categories to make it easier for you guys, and keep you guys coming back. Also put in a help section. You know, you go there, you'll find a lot about the OBD system, P codes, generic codes, and a little insight on how that works and what the codes mean, and your computer system and stuff like that. Also, there's a forum section. I want you guys to use that. You know, I encourage you guys to use that. Leave some feedback, interact with each other. You know, it doesn't have to just be about me. Feel free to interact. Keep it friendly. That's all I ask. You know, and I think we could keep this thing going. That being said, I got another job for you guys. It's a 94 Nissan pickup. It's got a bad water pump. There's a few things going on with it. Not only is the water pump leaking, the exhaust is pretty much falling off it. The brakes are almost to the floor. However, at this time, he only wants the water pump taken care of, so can't really twist his arm, you know. And so we'll take care of the water pump, and I'm sure he'll be back in the near future for the rest of the work. So I think it's time we get started, guys. It's the 3.0 V6, found in many models. It's time to turn some wrenches. Enough of this stuff. You always want to start by draining the coolant system. However, this coolant system has already been drained for me. The water pump took care of that for me. Thank you, water pump. Saved me some work. However, you created me some work. So, thank you again. Yeah, I'm going nuts. I'm just starting by, I'm going to take off the upper hose, this tube, this vent tube that runs across. The air cleaner box. You know, pretty much just open up the front of this engine. Start ripping. Overflow hose. So I'm going to need a stubby screwdriver to remove this off the ground. I know the light sucks. But there really ain't much to show you right now. It's just a few screws. Hopefully they come out, because all they put on it was a Phillips head. I think there's 4 of them total. We're going to also be doing the timing belt while we have it apart. But whenever a timing belt gets contaminated like this, or if you're that deep into a motor, it's a good practice to change them out. If I bring you guys in here, I'm starting to be able to see a little more, so give you guys an inside look. Okay, from here I'm going to just get a 10mm wrench. Ah, si, said the blind man. A lot of times you can't get these ratchet wrenches in there. On this side again. Kind of like these Craftsman ratchet wrenches. They have that swivel head like that, and you can lock them into position. I'm telling you, they work good, especially when you got something loose like this and you just want to keep on ratcheting in it. Yeah, it's just a good idea. So I got him. I actually got him as one of the things. I had a gift card, and I seen him in there. I'm like, it looks like it'll probably work pretty good. And then once I got him, They definitely lived up to their expectations, to say the least. Well, like I said before, with almost any ratchet wrench, they're a little thick, so for tight spots, kind of ain't the best tool. Oh, there's a lock washer. There's the fan and fan clutch. Okay. Next, I'm going to take and remove this idler. See how it's froze up anyhow? He has the belt cut off it. That's just for the AC, but I'm going to have to remove the idler housing, or the bracket. Remove the idler bracket and idler. Looks like a 12mm. If you're doing this one with hand tools, I could fire up the compressor and use air. However, that's not fair. You'll probably see that video posted with the fuel pump. That was the second service call I did this week. The other one I didn't record. That was on Oldsmobile. Yeah, well anyways, that one had a bad starter. I had to change that in a Walmart parking lot. It's always an adventure. I'm that guy that you see repairing stuff on the side of the roads. I do a lot of that. One time I had a Toyota pickup. My uncle was driving, and I was pretty young at the time, probably like 16, 17, right around there. But like I said, I grew up in a garage, so it was nothing new to me. But every time he would downshift to stop at a stop sign, he'd put it in the first gear way too soon, and I could just hear the tranny and the clutch and everything just spinning so fast, because your rear's still spinning, so therefore it's spinning your drive shaft. So when you put it down in the first gear and you release that clutch through all the gears, man, that thing's spinning at a tremendous amount of speed, and eventually it's going to blow the clutch apart. And I kept on telling him, and he kept on doing it. Next thing you know, I probably shouldn't have spoke so soon. It was at the next light. Sure enough, the clutch blew apart, the springs blew out of it, and there we sat on the side of the road. And four-wheel drive. That was like a 94, 95 Toyota pickup. I think it was a 94. And I changed that clutch on the side of the road. Believe it or not. Those were back in my younger days when I had a little more spunk. I'm just slide this on. That's just your alternator belt and your water pump pulley. Now you can see it may look like we're down to the water pump already. However, I gotta remove the pulley, the main harmonic balancer, and remove all the timing covers as well. But we're getting there, starting to get deeper. That's just the outer pulley. And it's just the inner pulley. See what I got to take that off. It looks like fun because I don't think I'm going to be able to get my impact there. I know this ain't going to come out that easy. I might use my chain. I don't know if they're big enough. This chain wrench is big enough. Heck yeah, baby. Where's the will, there's a way. That's what I'm saying. Call somehow getting it off of there, it's going to be another story. Okay, next I'm going to take and remove this lower hose. And it's like an intermediate pipe. I'll take and move that out of my way. Okay, now in here you got this little tube that runs across. Then I'm going to take that off and then proceed to take off all your bolts to hold your timing cover on. You'll see them all the way around that perimeter. Take them all out. Okay, now you're down to the timing belt and the water pump. You can see the housing goes all the way over and around. So I'm going to line up the timing marks and then start pulling the water pump off. I'll give you a shot at the timing marks once I line them up. Guys, I want to give you a shot at these timing marks. I believe somebody had this apart. It's kind of obvious with the markings on it. You can see where they have those marks. I believe this thing's one tooth out because there's a little dimple. You can't really see it, but off to the left of that white mark there's a dimple in the shield. I'll show you on the schematic of where it's supposed to be, and it's not even close. Over here the same thing, but they have it in the right spot on that dimple. So that one they got right. Crank, it appears to be pretty close. I don't know if you can see that dot. It's supposed to line up with the corner of that housing down there. But corner of that casting, that seems like it's pretty close. But I'll show you, the new timing belt actually comes with marks on them that you line the marks up with, and then it almost guarantees that you're in time as long as you have everything set up correctly. And then we'll take a look at that once we get the new timing belt on it. You see it clearly on this diagram, but you can clearly see off to the left of that top hole where that mark is. Same thing on that side, and then on the bottom. Okay, take and loosen up the tensioner. I know this ain't the best shot, guys, but I'm trying my best to give it to you. I need an Allen wrench to fit that. What you do, you put it to its loosest point and snug it back down. Keep it out of your way. Okay, now I'll proceed to removing the timing belt. Okay. Now we're going to take and proceed to removing the water pump. And you're going to want to take note of how these come out. I like to find a way to invest more money into this for you guys, you know, and figure out a way to make this grow. I feel I got what it takes to, you know, lead you guys through all these repairs, and you know, I'm more than happy to do it. And it's believe me, it's a goal of mine. As you can see, I'm investing in you guys. I'm creating a website. I'm putting a lot of time into this stuff that you guys really probably don't see. And I'm not really making anything in return. I could be investing my effort somewhere else making money, but it's not always all about the money for me. So, I don't know. I like to keep it going, that's for sure. Make sure we got everything. I'm gonna get myself a mallet. Ooh, there's some water in there. My George, I think we got it. There she should be. Take and clean that gasket off. As you can see how it's been running out of that little piss hole they call it. When seal goes bad, there's a mechanical seal in there. When that goes bad, it starts leaking. Alright, let's clean her up. Alright, let me get a scraper. Alright, let's do it to it, guys. That's why I use a wire wheel, something not too abrasive, so don't round it. You want to get it. Gonna do the thermostat while we're here. Okay, remove your 3 retaining bolts. Your thermostat housing. As you notice, this only uses RTV silicone. That's a monster. Look how dry rotted it is in there. Probably original. Alright, clean that surface. Since it got all contaminated with antifreeze, just going to take and spray it down with some parts and brake cleaner. Don't want to contaminate that new belt. Yeah. You just let it evaporate. I'm just going to help it out with some air. So make sure you got the surface nice and clean. I don't know if you can see how I got it. So you don't need something real abrasive. Just take your time. Wire wheel will do the trick. Just make sure you wear safety glasses. And clean up after yourself. Now let's get the new water pump.